Oh, shoot.
Hello, cadets. The first person we're going to interview tonight is someone we all know and someone we all cherish deeply. He's been in the Corps for not too long, but we've all grown to love him. I would like to introduce you to Major Jesse Burdett.
Thank you for the intro, Jace.
Thank you for coming on.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
So, how long have you been in the program for?
About a year now. The military ball was my first event I was able to attend with NC-075 after I came to the program last school year.
How are you liking the program so far? Are you enjoying the cadets?
Yeah, absolutely love it. You guys keep me on my toes. Always asking good questions and getting me thinking, and yeah, couldn't be happier.
Now, you said your first event in the NC-075 was the military ball of last year, 24. Would you rather be in that military ball or this one?
I'd rather be in this one. I think it makes it a lot more fun for me anyway when I know all of you guys, I have relationships with all of you guys, and I'm able to kind of get around and joke around with people and kind of cut loose a little bit. Makes it more fun for me.
Is there anything you would have changed about this year's military ball, or do you think the cadets did a decent job?
I think the cadets did a great job putting it together. The red, white, and blue decorations were absolutely gorgeous. The planning was all cadet led. The setup was cadet led. Everything came together really well. The food was good. The script was good. Everything came off without a hitch, and I couldn't be happier. I think I hope it goes this well next year.
And last question, how do you feel about the future of the NC-075 under your leadership?
I hope the future is bright. I believe that it is. I think that we've got some good things going on. We're really going to start focusing on drill and radar. We're starting to get some more STEM things going on, and the upcoming cadets coming up through, into the senior class and the junior class, absolutely going to crush it. I think we're gonna see some big things at NC-075 in the years to come.
All right, it was wonderful talking to you.
You too, Jace. Thank you.
All right, we're up. Well, cadets, that was very fun talking to Major. But now it's time to talk to someone who's been in the Corps even longer. Maybe a little too long. I would like to be the first to introduce you to Senior Master Sergeant Steve Robertson.
Thanks, Jace. Hello, NC-075. How you guys doing out there? So what's on your guys' mind tonight besides the military ball?
Well, that's funny you asked. The first question is related to the military ball. How do you feel about this one from years past?
Well, I tell you what, every single military ball has its own flavor. And, as I was telling our guest tonight, Luke, I was reminding him, every year students change in and change out. And it makes it different all the time. It's not, we may have it here for the last few years, but they're all different because you guys make it different. Like I was just watching the video you guys put together, and it was pretty cool. So I can't wait to go back there and finish it. So
now, as we know, America's 250th birthday is coming up.
that's right.
How do you feel about that?
Man, I feel, wow, a lot of emotion and pride and just love for this country. Because, I think you heard me say I was, in the third grade when we turned 200 years old. So, yeah, I'm in my 50s now, and just it's unbelievable. Here we are, 250 years. It's going to be a terrific year next year. I've already been talking with the school about making the yearbook red, white, and blue. I really think it should be. I mean, you only get that once in your lifetime. So you guys will have to help me out with that, because I'm like, black and gold to school, we need to have red, white, and blue on that thing. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. 250
Well, maybe
years.
this will help it out a little bit.
I hope so.
Tuscola.
I hope so.
Now, for the last question, this question is more just whatever I think of at the moment.
Okay.
So, as we know, you're in the Air Force, right? What was like the first branch you thought about joining before you decided Air Force?
Well, I have a lot of family that served in just about every branch, so I don't know. I was definitely kind of looking between both, probably the Marines and the Army. Yeah, because I mean, there was a lot of dedicated, people that was joining the service when I was in high school. In fact, one of my best friends literally walked across the stage with his diploma, got into a van, and was off to Paris Island that same day. So, there's a lot of people that signed up. I'm glad to see that people are, the trend here the last, couple months is showing people are ready to jump in and serve. And, a lot of cousins, Vietnam, and of course my uncle, I was young when he passed away, but he served World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. And it just hadn't do that. That's it? That's all you got on your mind?
Oh yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you.
So what if I got a question for you?
Oh, what do you have?
Well, my question is, how is YouTube going?
Well, I have a pretty bright team, and I think we're going to make it work. And I hope we can do this again next year, and maybe, just maybe, we'll have better equipment.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to get you guys definitely some improvements there. And we're going to see what you guys can put together, because we're going to have a lot more partying tonight. And then we're going to celebrate with some awards Wednesday night. So check in, and we'll see how it goes Wednesday, too. So.
Oh, yeah.
But let's finish up and have a party tonight. Thanks.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're done talking to the adults right now. For now. Let's talk to a few cadets, shall we? First, we have the NC-075 Corps Commander, Cadet Major Alicia Mills.
Thank you.
So, Mills, you're the Corps Commander of the NC-075, correct? What's that like?
I think it's been going well. It was a pretty good year.
Oh, really? How is this year better than years past, in your opinion?
I think a lot of my staff, all my junior staff, have been putting a lot of work into this, planning, executing. It's been going well.
Now, I understand that America's 250th birthday is coming up.
It is.
And I think the theme is very reminiscent of that. How do you feel about the 250th anniversary of our country's birthday?
I think that's amazing because it's been 250 years and we're still alive.
Now, last question. This is more just off the top of my head or whatever. How do you think the food's been?
I think the food was good. I really like the cheesecake. Cheesecake was good.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Of course. Thank you.
I think that interview with Alicia Mills went pretty well, but now we couldn't get a hold of the Vice Commander, Amaya Hewitt, so we're going to move to someone who's just as, if not more important to the Cadet Corps, Cadet Chief Master Sergeant David Crawford. Now, David, you're the Chief Master Sergeant. What's that job entail, just for all the cadets out there that don't know?
Hey, also known as get to build ribbon racks, get to control range, do promotion boards, guide on, morale, manpower. Yeah.
Now, as we know, on May 7th is the award ceremony. How do you feel about that coming up?
I think we're good. I get to do EXO. Chill.
That's wonderful. Now, for those of you who don't know, at the drill competition, David and Cadet Major Mills went and did EXO.
Correction. I did EXO. Mills broke her hand.
This is still going to be okay. Anyways, David, last question, since this is going to be the shortest interview I've done so far. Just off the top of my head, as we know, you're allergic to most foods. Would you rather have a peanut cracker or any other food you're allergic to that you could eat? Okay, that's it. Cut. Well, I'm pretty sure that interview went pretty well with David. But now let's move on to someone who's a little bit more new to the cadet staff. I give to you, Cadet Master Sergeant Kendon Nolan.
How you doing, sir?
Doing good, Kendon. How about yourself?
I'm doing great.
Are you
Having a great
enjoying?
time.
Are you enjoying tonight?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite part about the mill ball so far?
So far, probably the dancing. We just started it.
Oh yeah. You know, dancing is a really big part to everybody. That's why we couldn't interview Cadet Captain Amaya Hewitt, but we're gonna get to her eventually. Give it time.
Yeah.
Now, Kendon, you're about the same as I am. You know, we came in about the same time. So far, what's your cadet life experience been?
It's been great. I've achieved a lot in my 2 years I've been here, and I plan to achieve more.
Oh, that's nice. Now, I asked David this question. He was very vague about it, but how do you feel about the upcoming award ceremony on May 7th?
What do you mean about how I feel? Like
How do you feel it's going to go for the cadet life? Do you think they're going to love it? Do you think they're going to hate it?
I think they're going to love it because we're going to have a lot of people participating in it instead of just the 3 people up there handing out awards and the 2 people talking. We're going to have, I don't think I'm allowed to say that actually.
Classified intel. Well, we are certainly going to record that come the night of the award ceremony. All y'all be prepared. Now, Kenan, it was really nice talking to you, but we do have one last question for you. This is off the top of my head. It could be anything. Be prepared.
Yes.
Now, Kendon, would you rather have the job of Corps Commander or Chief Master Sergeant?
For the place that I am right now, I would be Chief Master Sergeant because I would not be able to go to all the events that I'd have to go to as a commander. But if I had the transportation that I needed, I would be the Corps Commander.
Words of wisdom to live by. Now, Kenan, it was really good talking to you, man. Enjoy the night.
I will.
In the military, the term brass is used for people in a higher job position or a higher rank. Right now, we're about to talk to someone who has neither of those. I give to you, Cadet Staff Sergeant Jonathan Storm Ike.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well, my friend. Now, Johnny, you've been a cadet in the Corps for roughly how long?
5 semesters.
Ooh, you're a hardened veteran at this, aren't you?
I try to be, but most time don't quite work out.
Now, what would you say your time in the Corps has been? Has it been pleasant? Has it been bad?
I've had my ins and outs. I did leave for a semester, but I kind of missed all the events and stuff that we did, like going to competitions or even just the PT and physical fitness. Those are many things I missed. I was Raider Commander last year for a whole semester. Personally, I don't feel like I did my best of that. I'd like to try it again, but overall, it's not been terrible. I'll say that.
That's wonderful. Now, Johnny, how do you rate the event so far? Is it better or is it worse than military balls in the past?
I'd say this one, the grog is nowhere near as bad as it was last year. Because last year, I'm not gonna lie, I nearly puked drinking last year's grog. But this year, it just tasted more like a very disgusting mix of drinks.
Wow. If that's what this year's is like, let's fail to imagine what next year's is going to be.
I agree with you.
Now, last question, off the top of my head. I've done this with everyone so far. So far, you've been the cameraman. You've done an amazing job. Now, where do you see the YouTube team going for the Corps?
YouTube team going. I feel like y'all can get some really solid members like Eli, he's currently recording this, and then you're doing great at these interviews. You're doing it perfectly fine. You're going straight to the point, not delaying any questions. But I feel like it could do really well. I feel like we could just use some better equipment, and that would make it a whole lot better.
Now, Jonathan, you say y'all, but you're a member of the team.
I appreciate you, brother.
Handcuffed. Talk to someone who's the same rank as I am and who I've known for a long time. A good friend. I give you Cadet Master Sergeant Sean Crawford.
How's it going, Jace?
It's going good, Sean. How are you liking the ball so far?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've danced with my woman a couple of times.
Ooh, dancing with his woman instead of me?
You weren't in here. I couldn't dance with you. Not my fault.
Valid reason. Now, so far, how does this mill ball compare to the mill ball of last year, 24?
Well, this year it's a lot better because I actually have a date. But overall, I think last year's a tiny bit better. People seemed a little more excited last year.
Well, maybe that could be something we could work on for the next mill ball 26. Now, Sean, as we know, you come from a very long line of military family, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if y'all don't know, Sean actually wants to go join the Marine Corps. Now, who inspired you to join the Marine Corps?
It was a mix of the Marine recruiter Sergeant Dino and my grandfather on my mom's side.
Well, tell us a little bit about your grandfather.
Well, he didn't really have a choice. He was told he either went to the Marines or he went to jail. So.
An old draftee.
Yeah, but he did his full term with it, like 25 years, I believe. Made a career, and now he's part of the VFW over where he lives. So he's keeping it going, I guess.
You know, once a Marine, always a Marine, Sean.
That's what they say.
Now, I'm probably going to cut this interview short because I know you want to get back out there with your woman.
Yeah, you're good.
So, now for the last question off the top of my head. Would you rather be a fighter pilot in the Navy or be a combat infantryman in the Marine Corps?
Combat infantryman.
It was a pleasure talking to you, Sean. It's a pleasure talking to you. And cut. As you cadets know, our uniforms are a very delicate thing. Thankfully, we have someone to take care of that. I give to you our logistics officer, Captain Jada Bubbles Kashella. Now, Jada, you are a third year, correct?
Yes.
What's that like?
Very tiring at times. You can find a lot of drama, but for the most part, everybody works well together.
Interesting. Now, we know you are in a relationship with our chief, David Crawford. How's that going?
It's going quite well. He's a regular pain in the butt, but I quite like him.
Sounds like David in general. Now, last question before David busts in here like the Kool-Aid man. Would you rather go back to being an airman basic, no responsibilities, no nothing, or stay a captain?
I would like to stay a captain because I like being able to be there whenever people need me, being able to give that guidance, help where they need help, and carrying that responsibility.
Words of wisdom. Well, thank you very much for the interview. You were the last on the list of officers. And cut. Now, it's very well known that many people come and go through the cadet corps. Some people graduate, some people just leave. Not this man, though. This man decided it'd be better to become a butter bar. I give to you, Cadet First Sergeant Mark Mahalan.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a quite the pleasure. Now, Mark, as we know, you're an ex-cadet. What was the rank you achieved when you left?
Yeah, I was a cadet lieutenant colonel when I left.
So close to being Colonel Sanders.
I know, so close.
So what's life like at Carson Newman?
Carson Newman, it's really fun. So you kind of transition from your high school responsibilities where you're really not focusing as much outside of the classroom, and then you get to college. You have a lot of academic tests, exams, essays, all of those sorts. But on top of that, I'm part of the ROTC program that's there. And we, as a program, will go do field trainings, work out together. We'll go shoot guns. We'll do all the cool Army things. And so that's kind of what my university life is like.
That's wonderful. Now, Mark, as we know, since you're ex-cadet, what was your favorite part about the Corps?
That's a hard one, but my favorite part about the Corps was definitely the family aspect of the Corps. A lot of the people that I grew up with inside of the ROTC program actually went to school with me, and I'm marrying one of the cadets that I was in the program with. So that's definitely my favorite part, is the family aspect that JROTC offered me and taking it all the way across state borders.
I feel like I could make a joke about him marrying one of the cadets since he considers them a family. I'm not going to do that. So, last question before I ask the official last question. What motivated you to join up and eventually go and become a butter bar?
Yeah, so, well, if it started back in high school, my parents made me do JROTC. That was my initial start. And then I ended up loving it. They only told me to do one semester, and 8 semesters later, I graduated with a full ride scholarship on the United States Army's dime. So what kind of motivated me is just the everyday drive to make everyone else around you also want to work to the same mission. You know, even when I go to school, we have these missions. So, for example, I was in charge of a team to take to DC and compete in the Army 10 miler. My goal was to keep the morale high. I love seeing my troops, my people that I am with, high morale. So just keeping them happy is kind of what motivates me. So.
All right, now last question. I'm going to slander your college just a little bit. Would you rather go to the Military Academy, West Point, or the United States Naval Academy?
Ooh. If I had to choose between the two, it'd definitely be West Point. Because I love the Army. It wasn't something I was for sure set on. By the time I've gone through college and stuff like that, I'm for sure set on the Army. So I would choose West Point. Now, I will say this. I will never choose an academy. I love where I came from. I love Carson Newman. But if I had to choose between the two, it would be the United States, West Point.
Well, it was certainly a pleasure talking to you, Mark. I hope you enjoy the rest of the ball.
Thank you.
Okay. Now that we're done interviewing an ex-cadet, let's interview someone who wasn't in the Corps, but certainly has become an honorary member. I give to you, Sergeant Tito.
How's it going?
going good. What do you think about the mill ball so far?
It's fun. It definitely takes me back to when I was in ROTC 7 years ago. It wasn't as cool as the Air Force side of the house, but it's still bringing back good memories.
Now you're a Marine, correct?
That is correct.
What's that lifestyle like?
It's not much different from yours. Like you've got different priorities. So do I. Right now, it's like going to school, trying to figure out what you're trying to do. I already know what I'm doing, but at the same time, like I wake up, I go to work out, I go to work, and that's it.
So what's your end goal for the Marine Corps? Like, what do you hope to achieve? What rank do you hope to get?
Well, right now, I am a sergeant. Due to pick up staff at the end of this year. Let's just start off with end goals. At the end of this contract, 2027, I would have 13 years on contract. Who's to say that I can't do 7 more years? So my end goal is just to retire out of the United States Marine Corps. Being able to retire by the age of 38, super impactful. I'll rank wise, I'll keep working my way up the food chain, whatever comes.
That's wonderful to know. Now, I'm not going to hold you for too long. This will be the last question for you, off the top of the head. Since you're a Marine, this is going to be very oriented to you. The red crayon or the purple crayon?
Purple. 9 times out of 10, I'm choosing the purple one, not the red one.
But what's your favorite crayon?
Favorite? Definitely green.
Well, it was a pleasure interviewing you.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Well, it's time for the last interviews of the night. And currently, I have 2 new cadets with us. Please state your name and who you are.
Hi, I'm Cadet Staff Sergeant Kennedy Clausen.
I'm Cadet Technical Sergeant Casey Robertson.
Ladies, it is lovely to meet both of you. Now, y'all are new to the program. What do y'all think about it so far?
I like the people in the Corps, but the whole idea of the Corps is kind of weird to me still. Every day I'm in, the more I like it. It's a good class. We teach people to be better people.
What about you?
Corps is great. That's all I gotta say. The Corps is great.
Now, what do y'all think about the mill ball? Is there anything we can improve on? Anything at all? Anything?
Less white girl music.
Better music. Better music.
Well, remember, the music was cadet voted on, so bring that over there. Oh wait, no, we are, so that's lovely. Now, I see you are wearing, what is that, Balenciaga? Wait, no, that's the coat to Cadet Sean Crawford, who we interviewed later tonight. Yes, yes. Although I do gotta say, your dresses are quite immaculate. Now it's time for the questions off the top of my head. This is for both of you currently. Would you rather drink the grog again or step on 12 bees?
Drink the grog.
Well, I'm allergic to bees, and honestly, the grog wasn't that bad.
I'm drinking the grog.
The pickle one was pretty good, but I like pickles.
Those pretty pickles.
Pretty pickles.
Okay, but to someone who works behind the scenes tirelessly, I give to you Lieutenant Abigail Fowler.
Hey, how are you?
Now, Abby, you are the APT director, correct?
Yeah.
What's that job like?
So basically, I just go up to 8th graders and be like, hey, join. And they never know it's a cult. I mean, they never know how much fun they're going to have until they try it.
Well, it certainly got all of us in now, didn't it?
Yeah. So, anyways.
Now, you're an officer, right?
Yeah.
What's that like?
I really just feel like it's really hard because they're like, yo, can anybody do this? I'm like, no, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing. I just make stuff up on the spot. That slideshow video, I sent it at 8 o'clock last night. Last night. And they never knew.
And yet you are doing an amazing job
Thank
as
you.
an officer.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
I certainly see you going far. Now,
Thank you.
what do you think about the Corps? How far do you think the Corps is going to go with you as the APT manager?
I really think that somebody needs to come along that's better than I am. But will the Corps fail? I don't know. We need some dedicated people.
Well, thankfully, we have a lot of dedicated sophomores currently in the ranks. They are trying their best to climb at the moment.
I don't know what you're laughing at, bud.
Hey, it's me, Jonathan Ike, the blind guy that you interviewed earlier. Today was a very good day for interviewing. We had a whole bunch of good people. I'd like to thank my boy Jay Smith over here. Look at this guy. He's chilling. Any words you want to say, Jace?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I would love to say a few words. Being in the NC-075 has certainly been a long ride. It's been very stressful for a lot of people, myself included. But you know what?
I get that.
Through and through it all, it's not just a family. It's more of it's something that sticks to you.
It's like a common courtesy almost.
Oh, yes.
Like, it's kind of like a family lifestyle, except if your family was constantly yelling at you, kind of like how mine does. But that's okay. I love my parents. Mom, please don't get mad at me. And, anything else you'd like to add on?
Yes, actually, this is for our other viewers. Be sure to like and subscribe. Oh, anyways, to all cadets, thank you for watching. Our goal is to reach 500 so we can start making some money. Then we can start really funding our Corps. So remember, like, subscribe. We love you all.
Remember, we love the Corps. And guess what? Never say die.
Oh, yeah.